Hey everyone, welcome to a new video. My name is Chris Wane, and in this one, we're going to be talking about the 3 things that YouTube gurus tend to not tell you about their dropshipping business. Now, we all know that YouTubers tend to like to show off what they've got. Where people, especially people in dropshipping, they'll always show off the fancy cars they've bought, or they'll show off the new house tour up in the hills that they've just gone and got, or they'll talk about the 17th exotic trip that they've had around the world this year, or that the YouTube video is late because they've been traveling. And it's always about what they've got and what you can have, and it's kind of always trying to show you that sort of Instagram lifestyle in a sense, where they talk about all the success and all the stuff that they have, all the status symbols, but they never actually talk about kind of what dropshipping really is, and that's a business, and with every type of business comes difficulties and comes challenges that you need to overcome. So in this video, I want to talk about those challenges, specifically 3 main challenges that do come up a lot. And hopefully, the advice I can give you in this video is going to help you with your business. And you're going to see that even though dropshipping is a great business model, it's not a perfect business model. And there still are some challenges that you need to overcome to be successful with it. People who get into dropshipping, newbies who get into dropshipping, don't expect these things to come up. And that's a big issue, because when it does come up and that they hit that wall, they hit that challenge, they go, no, I can't do this, it's too difficult. Because they weren't expecting that. They were expecting to start a dropshipping store and basically just make money straight away. And it doesn't work like that. But the good thing is these challenges can be overcome and they can be prevented. And that's what I'm going to be going through in this video. So let's get into it. So number 1 is getting banned on PayPal. Now, there are a lot of people out there that say PayPal hate dropshippers, and this is just not true. It's not true at all. PayPal don't hate dropshippers. What PayPal hate are shady business owners. And that's the difference. You see, I've seen a lot of shady dropshippers out there who think they can just throw up a store, make a bit of money and run. That isn't what PayPal want on their platform, and you can't really blame them. So what they want is they want legitimate businesses with registered addresses, registered company numbers. They want all of that, and they want you to basically give their customers, people who are paying using their platform, the best possible service. And the reason this myth has come up about PayPal hating dropshippers is because dropshippers are waking up in the morning and seeing that their PayPal account is on hold, has been blocked, they've been banned, and they have no access to get to their money. So they're just putting 2 and 2 together and saying that PayPal hates dropshipping, and that isn't the case. PayPal is holding that money because you haven't built up a reputation with them. You haven't built up a track record of being a successful seller. So when they see your balance increasing quicker than they would personally like, they will put a hold on your account to verify who you are and verify what you're doing isn't dodgy. And you can't really blame them for that. They have to do that as a business themselves. They have to protect their customers and they have to protect their reputation. So to get around that, all you need to do is provide the information that they want and upload tracking numbers. Now, from my personal experience, PayPal only blocks those accounts if you start receiving money very, very quickly. So if you go from a brand new PayPal account and start earning tens of thousands a month in a short space of time, they will put a block on you because they need to protect their customers. And you can't really blame them for that, because they're protecting them from scams and shady business owners out there, because there are people out there, whether you're legit or not, it still affects everybody and they have to deal with everybody the same way. You see, the PayPal account I use for my main store has probably had about $500,000 put through it. And I've never had a single block on that account. And this was because I started to scale really slowly. Now, I didn't have a lot of money when I first started. If you know my story and how I got into it, I didn't have a lot of money. So I couldn't scale as quickly as other people can. So when I was doing it, when I was selling goods on my store, they were coming in and it was making me a nice little profit at the beginning, but it was gradual. I was gradually increasing it very slowly. So over time, I'd built up this track record with PayPal where I was a proven seller with very limited disputes, and they were quite happy to let me continue doing it. So when I did start to scale, I had no issues with them because I was verified, I had a track record, and I had a low dispute rate. So the only reason PayPal actually blocks accounts and holds onto your money is because you don't have a proven record with them. The longer you're on their platform and the fewer disputes you actually have with them, the more chance you have of them not actually banning your account. And I know this because recently I launched a brand new PayPal account that did $40,000 in 7 days, and they blocked me. Even though I used the same company details, the same address details, everything was the same from a verification point of view, my $500,000 PayPal account was fine, my $40,000 PayPal account wasn't. So all I did to get around that was I uploaded all my documents like they asked for, verified who I was, my identity, and I also uploaded all the tracking numbers from those orders into PayPal. And I did that by using an app. You can go onto Google, just search for Shopify PayPal tracking or something like that, and you'll get a bunch of stuff that you can use to upload your tracking links automatically. So I just did that, and then within a week, my funds were released, and I was on my way, and I was fine again. But that was only because of the speed that I brought that money in. I hadn't built up a track record with PayPal on that $40,000 account. So that's where the issue came from. So if you're worried about your PayPal account getting banned, if you're worried about your cash being held within that account, then make sure you have all your documents ready, make sure you're uploading your tracking numbers, and make sure you don't scale too quickly. There is no rush with this. It's a business. You don't have to go from nothing to $100,000 in a week, even though obviously that'd be really nice, but you're going to have issues along the way if you do that. So take your time with it. There is no rush, gradually grow it, gradually build up your reputation with PayPal, and hopefully you won't see any issues on your account. And number 2 is chargebacks. Now, nobody wants to talk about chargebacks because they're not fun. It's not nice waking up and seeing that you've got a chargeback from somebody where yourself as a legitimate business owner that you have fulfilled what they've asked for. So when you receive a chargeback, that does hurt personally and professionally, because you don't want to be ripped off by somebody, but you're not ripping them off as well. One of the biggest problems with chargebacks, though, is that when a customer places a chargeback with that bank, the bank gives them that money back and you lose that revenue from your Shopify account. But you'll also get charged a chargeback fee on top of that. So now not only have you lost a sale, you've lost the ad revenue it cost for you to acquire that customer in the first place, and you've been charged with an additional fee on top of it. So you're actually out of pocket by quite a bit because of this chargeback. Luckily though, you can appeal these chargebacks, and you can put in a bunch of different information such as tracking links, customer communication, order information. You can upload that all to the bank and they can review it and hopefully then side in your favor, and you will get all that money back. So it's not the end of the world if it happens, but it is a bit of a ball ache. It is kind of difficult to deal with, and it's annoying and frustrating as a business owner to have to go through that and sit through and start filling in all this evidence to something that you haven't done anything wrong with. Chargebacks just come with the nature of doing business. It happens with any type of business, not just dropshipping. But to try and avoid getting chargebacks, there are a couple of things that you can do to try and prevent it. So the first one when it comes to fraudulent chargebacks is if you get an order on your store that's marked as a high risk by Shopify, just cancel it. Just refund it, cancel it. Don't even bother. It's not worth the hassle. Most of the time they are fraudulent. So just cancel it from your store, refund it, and just completely forget about it. Just pretend that order never happened, because it is not worth the time, the effort, and the money to go down and risk it being a normal order when it's probably not. So if you get a high risk order in your store, just cancel it. Don't bother. If it is a legitimate order, the customer will get in touch with you and say, why has this been cancelled? So then you'll know. When it comes to chargebacks for non-deliveries, there's not really much you can do with this. You can kind of try and prevent it by giving all the information up front to the customer, such as sending them the tracking links and the shipping confirmations. And if they get in contact you, giving them more detail about the shipping methods, shipping processes, and sort of go from there. But really, there's not really much else you can really do about it. If they put a chargeback in for a non-delivery, you just need to provide all the tracking information through the appeal. Just explain that this has been delivered. Here's all the information. And usually the banks do fall in your favor with those because there is proof it has been delivered. There's not much more you can do as a company. Once that carrier has delivered it to the location and marked it as delivered, that is delivered. There's not much you can really argue with that. So if you do get chargebacks because of non-deliveries, just put all the information in and you should be fine. Once you've submitted all your evidence, then you need to be patient, because it can take a few months for the chargeback to be reviewed and approved by the bank. At the end of the day though, chargebacks are inevitable with doing business. Everyone has to deal with it. Every business has to deal with it. You just have to deal with it in a professional way and provide all the information that's required for the appeal. Hopefully you will become successful with the appeal. Probably 9 out of 10 chargebacks that I have been successful with. The other ones probably were real fraudulent orders that I never captured, but those are very rare and it's not that big of an issue. You just need to be aware of it when you're running your store, that if you do get any high risk orders, you just cancel them and don't bother with the risk. Number 3 is refunds. Now, this is just part of doing business. So there isn't much you can do about it. You've probably asked for a refund for something you've bought as well in the past. It is just the way consumer life works. People ask for refunds. Having a strict refund policy in place is really the only way to do this. You only refund something if it's faulty or broken. Don't give them the opportunity to return something if they ordered it in error or if they no longer want it. Unless you're willing to charge them a restocking fee to do so, you don't want to be returning goods for those reasons, because ultimately that eats into your bottom line and profit is ultimately what you want. And if you're returning goods and losing the money for the product because the customer no longer wants it, that isn't good business for you. So if you have a strict refund policy in place, when the customer places that order, they can't argue that policy because they're agreeing to all the policies on your store at that point. If an item is faulty or broken, ask the customer for a photo or video, open a dispute on Aliexpress, and then either ship them out a replacement if they want one. If they don't, then just refund them through Shopify. Simple as that. Now, before I wrap up this video, I just want to say that the reason people don't talk about this kind of stuff is because it's not fun to talk about. These aren't the videos that do well on YouTube. These aren't the videos that grow your channel. These are the informational videos that are really important, but don't really do anything as an entertainment purpose. Another reason is that if people talk about the negative stuff like this, people who are new to dropshipping, who are thinking about getting into it, if they hear about all this stuff, they just go, nope, not for me. I'm not interested. It's too difficult. So people stick to the good stuff, like the money, the cars, the holidays. That's what they stick to because that's more entertaining. That's the lifestyle people are after. They want that financial freedom. They want that amazing Instagram lifestyle. So it makes sense that people do those sort of videos. And I try and keep it as real as I possibly can on this channel. I try and keep it as down to earth as I possibly can. I'm just a normal guy and there's nothing special about me. I just had success with a business and I'm trying to teach other people how to do the same. But the thing is, the people who, see these challenges as an obstacle that they can't overcome, that bothers me because that tells me that person probably isn't going to be successful with their business anyway. I see it a lot with people who get in contact with me and they ask me about certain things and I tell them and they go, no, it's too difficult, it's too complicated. Well, yeah, it is a challenge. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it. You have to learn how to do this and you have to overcome challenges. And that is the business mindset that you need to be successful with your own business. And unfortunately, some people just aren't capable of doing that. And that's why a lot of people are quite happy to sit in an office for 4 years. Now, I have nothing against people who sit in offices. I have a lot of friends who do the same thing. There's nothing wrong with that. But I know that I wanted more and I wanted to go out there and I wanted to build my own business. And overcoming obstacles is a part of that. And if you see a challenge, if you see PayPal holds as being a reason not to do dropshipping, if you see chargebacks as a reason not to start your own business, if you see customer refunds as an issue that you don't want to contend with, then running your own business probably isn't for you. The way I see it and the way other people who are successful with it see it is if you come across someone who sees it as an obstacle and doesn't want to get involved, that's one less competitor to me. I'm willing to overcome these obstacles. I want to get past these walls that I put up in front of me, and I want to grow my business. If everybody else wants to sit in an office, that's completely fine because that allows me to have a bigger slice of this pie, and that just makes me more money. And I think that's the mindset that just allows you to be successful in life in general, not just in business. If you see an obstacle and you just go, nah, I can't deal with that, I'm not sure how you can ever progress in life. You always need to overcome those obstacles that I put in front of you, and dropshipping and running your own business is no exception to that. So next time you see someone complaining about PayPal holds, saying that you shouldn't get into dropshipping or saying that it's too much of a challenge to do because of all these negative issues, just remember that these issues can be overcome. And if that one person isn't getting involved because of that reason, that means there's one less competitor for you to deal with. So the question I want to ask before I wrap up this video is, what type of person are you going to be? Will you overcome the challenges, or will you just say no and go, this isn't for me? Thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you found it useful, please drop me a like. If you're new, please hit that subscribe button and the notification bell as well, because it really does help this channel out. But I think that's the end of this one. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll catch you in the next one.